Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I would like to show you a beautiful hand embroidery of a turtle embroidery design. Regarding this design, while seeing that we will feel that it's very difficult to do. But instead of feeling difficulty, I'm enjoyed a lot while doing this embroidery. For here I'm using only the basic beginner stitch. So whoever would like to try a new types of embroidery or new patterns, you can just follow this one because it's having a few the beginners stitches only, so it will be help, and while doing this embroidery it will soothe our mind. Let's see about the details of the embroidery thread that here I am using. It's an anger embroidery thread, and the thread main color I am using is a dark green. Its number is about 0269, and light green. So its number is about 0231. So only the two main color, that is based on the green color that here I am using for the turtle, and only a few threads for the black for the eyes and mouth. So let's go to the embroidery in detail. For starting with the embroidery, first we should keep a toothpick, and after which will fix with our fingers, and we should take 6 strands of embroidery thread that is dark green in color, and should do a satin stitch. While doing the satin stitch, we should overlap the stitch and over the toothpick. So while doing the this stitch, we should give a little gap in between the threads. So the main important tip to keep while doing this toothpick embroidery is to keep a little space between the embroidery thread, and when we are doing the next when we are fixing the next toothpick, we should give a little space, so it will help us to give to help the needle to prick from the downside. So you can see in the detail in the video. So after finishing the first row, then we should give the second toothpick. Should normally for doing the practical applicability, we should give a little space, and we should keep the second toothpick. So here I am not giving any space. So while inserting the needle from the downside to upside, it will hit on the toothpick. So it's a difficulty. And while doing the satin stitch, where we put a gap, the first line we put some gap, so from there we should take the thread and should overlap with the second toothpick. So like this we should overlap and keep the thread. It will enhance a 3D effect and give a proper space. So here the space we are, by in between the thread we are overlapping, it will help to filling the spaces between the satin stitch. So here you can see the layer by layer pattern. Now here we can see that the needle is coming from the downside of the fabric to upside. It is hitting on the toothpick and going to the. If you are planning to do this embroidery, you just think about keeping a space between the needle stick. It will help for the proper spacing alignment between the threads. After removing the toothpick, so you can see that it is giving a good texture and pattern for the seashell of shell of the turtle. So as an outline, we should do a chain stitch around this shell. So we are taking the needle from the downside of the fabric and make a hoop loop, and should go in front, and will wrap around the needle with the thread, and we should pull it off. So the chain stitch that we should do go around the shell of the turtle, so it will give a proper space, proper shape for the sea turtle shell. Next we'll go to the other parts of the turtle. For this, here I am using a light green color thread. Its number is 0281. It's an anchor embroidery thread. So here a little lighter shade than the green. So here I am using for head, tail, hands and legs I am using satin stitch, and in the 6 strands of thread here I am using, and for the eyes here I am using the French knot and using the black color thread. While they seeing this small simple video, so you are able to you can understand that this turtle embroidery is very easy and we can do the things. If you are enjoying this type of video, please give me a like, share and please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.